Hello, I'm Mr. Cohagan, and I am teaching Social Studies 8 and 7 this year at Indio Middle School. Want to take a moment to introduce myself to you, give you a little bit about my background and the syllabus for the class that we're going to be using. So let's take a look. I received my undergrad from Cal State San Bernardino, go Yotes, in 2011, and my background is in U.S. history. I went to COD prior to that and have an AA in liberal arts. When I lived in Orange County, I also took some classes at Orange Coast. And while I was doing my undergrad at Cal State, I had to do some concurrent enrollment at East Bay as well. I have 14 years of experience here in Desert Sands Unified School District. I started off as an ABBA tutor here at Indio Middle. Thank you, Ms. Hollis, for hiring me all those years ago to be a tutor in your classroom. I also worked in the after-school program as a staff and a site supervisor. I then moved on to the role of guest teacher, and I was a guest teacher for 6 years in and out of various long-term jobs and day-to-day jobs. I'm a coach here at IMS. I coach or help coach 4 different sports. And of course, I'm a classroom teacher in the best room on campus, 407. My 2 children are students here in Desert Sands. My son Patrick is a junior up at Shadow Hills High School, and he runs cross country and track for Coach DeTamble. My daughter Bridget is a 6th grader at John Glenn. She is a performer, loves being on stage. She loves to act, sing, dance. I come from a family of Bronco fans, as I was born and raised in Colorado. So that is one of our favorite pastimes and passions, is to watch Bronco games. And if you look closely, this is us at Broncos training camp as well last year. Let's take a look at our schedules for the week. Our Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday schedules you can see here, as every day starts with homeroom at 8:50. Then second period starts at 9:25, third period at 10:20. There's an extended lunch so that if you need to get grab and go meals from a site or our own site here at Indio Middle, you can. Then fourth period starts up at 12:10, fifth period at 1:05, and finally sixth period at 2 o'clock. Those days end at 2:50 every day. Looking at our Wednesday schedule, this is the day where we get to fill in gaps and do some more interesting and fun things with students as well. Homeroom still is at 8:50. Then there's asynchronous time where students would work independently on things like iReady, ST Math, if they need any extra tutoring help. Lunch is from 11 to 11:40. And then we have intervention and enrichment for 2 periods after lunch, one at 11:40 and one at 12:40. Wednesdays end at 1:30, which is pretty close to standard here at IMS anyway. I will be in office hours from 1:30 to 2 every Wednesday, and I'll have a Zoom meeting open usually. So if you as parents or you as students need to speak with me directly at that time, you can. Here's a look at our core values and expectations for the distance learning environment. Please take a look at those at your earliest convenience so you can kind of familiarize yourself with them. There's one set for distance learning, and there's one set for use of technology. We do use PBIS rewards here on campus, and this is a look at my teacher store if we were here on campus. Obviously, we're going to need to modify some of these things that we do in the distance learning environment, but that is not going to prevent your students from earning Tiger tickets so that they can use them for incentives like raffles that we have here on campus, or things that happen in the classroom, like a shout out on Tiger News or positive call home or a homework pass. When we are on campus, they can use Tiger tickets for things like dance discounts or discounts on other social events. We'll be teaching multiple sections of Social Studies 8, and we're going to look at causes and effects, major ideas, and events that help shape the founding of this country, focusing on the Declaration of Independence, Constitution. There's a lot of things going on in current events right now that are going to also help us make that discussion more relevant and I think more lively. They will need to have their Chromebooks, and you will be picking up at a minimum the social studies workbook to use to support what we're doing. The textbook is available online, so I'm leaning towards having them just use the online text. We'll also be doing some DBQs this year, and those can also be done online. Skills that we'll be focusing on in Social Studies 8 will involve reading, writing, research, as well as being able to articulate yourself academically. I'll also be teaching a section of Social Studies 7 that is going to talk about all of the different events that happen in medieval times leading up to almost the 1800s in places like Europe, Africa, Asia. Again, it's going to be a reading, writing, and research-based class, and we're going to talk about those events and their context and how we can relate them to today. Use a standard grading scale that steps down every 10 percentage points. Anything below 60% is an F. If you'd like to contact me, email is the best way. My email address is roland.cohagan@desertsands.us. You can find me on Twitter at Mr. Cohagan. You could also follow the Indio Middle School account at Indio Mid School. I also run and curate the IMS Media channel on YouTube. Please feel free to like our channel, like our videos, subscribe. You can get notifications if you like to. We have Tiger News going out 2 days a week, as well as supplemental videos as well. And I also have a remind group for parents and students. If you text to the number 81010 and use the code or message at Cohagan407, that will get you in the group. And that is a very quick and efficient way for me to get out information that changes very quickly. I look forward to having each and everybody in class. We'll see you soon.